DawnDares2Dream, I like to inspire and motivate adults to dream again. Because as we go through life and take on our different roles and responsibilities, we tend to put our dreams on the back burner. And my goal here at DawnDares2Dream is to help you pick those dreams back up and to pursue them again. Now, I want you to understand, I started DawnDares2Dream because I wanted to relay my message and my heart and my feelings across to whomever would listen. It can be difficult getting your closest family and friends to understand the way that you believe and when you try to express it and share it. So this was like my backdoor way into letting everybody know. Now, I may have lost some viewers as a result of that because they don't agree, and that's fine. I am definitely a proponent of everyone having their own thoughts, their own process, their own mindset that works for them. Your religion works for you, you keep that. No one's telling you to get rid of that. Whatever it is that works for you, continue to use it. I'm just saying that sprinkle some of this other information on it, this personal development information that I'm providing you, and see where your life takes you and how you take off personally. Always remember, we are in control of how we see our environment. I don't care what everyone says it looks like or everyone says it is. We are in control of how we choose to perceive the environment. Hey dreamers, welcome back. And thank you to all the new dreamers who stopped by DawnDares2Dream today to see what we're all about. Well, today I'm going to add a video to my bipolar journey. It's a YouTube playlist that I have here where I talk about different things about me living life as a bipolar woman. Now, the catch is they usually aren't planned. Like, I planned the series, and I think I did about 8 or 9 videos planned. And I have added like 1 or 2 since the series. I did the series sometime last year, but I promised myself for my audience that has been diagnosed with a mental illness, or people who are curious what it is to live with a mental illness, I wanted to continue it as things came up. I didn't want to just kind of pre-plan it, because the initial series basically talks about me being diagnosed and how that happened and the crash and everything, and how I picked up the pieces of my life and began to live my life. And then it kind of ends, and that part of my life was like 20 years ago. So I decided that as things come up that are really focused on my mental illness, I talk about them. So yesterday I actually woke up, feeling really dizzy. Now, I went to bed that night with the room spinning. How if you drank too much and the room just can't stop moving, that kind of feeling, or if you have vertigo. Yeah, that's what happened to me. And the room was spinning, and I have a vision board in the back of my bedroom door, and I'm looking at it, and it's doing flips, bloop, bloop, bloop. It's just flipping, and I'm like, Lord have mercy. So it took a while for me to go to sleep because I couldn't close my eyes because my head was, the room was spinning. So I finally went to sleep, and I was praying that when I woke up, I could, I'd be fine. But when I woke up, I still was a little dizzy. I still couldn't really stand without holding on to a wall or something. I had to always touch something. Now, I wanted to bring this up because it's important that we discuss these things with our psychiatrist. And so since this is happening to me, and I believe it happened to me maybe a year ago during the pandemic, and I told my psychiatrist about it, and she told me that, I told her I was working out. So she said, well, I'm sweating a lot. I needed to replace my electrolytes, and I need to drink something like Gatorade. So I said to her, well, can I drink coconut water? And she was like, no, you need like something like Gatorade. So I started buying Gatorade and drinking that, and then the dizziness went away. Now, it wasn't as bad as it was a couple nights ago, or last night, a couple nights ago. It was just 1 hour workout when I would try to stand up from doing like a seated position to a standing position on a workout. I would get woozy. But then I would stand up and get my bearings, and it would go away. Now, this lasted like a whole 24 hours. So I looked up the side effects of lithium, because I believe lithium can cause dizziness and nausea. And sure enough, it can. And I looked that up, and they were saying that you could be at the toxic level of amount of lithium in your system if you are experiencing extreme side effects. And so I felt like my side effect was a little extreme, and I said, okay, so I think I have an appointment with her in about a month, I think. So I'll talk to her about it then. I feel pretty much fine now. I'm still a little not 100%, but because of the medication that I take, I am more of in a drowsy kind of woozy state, probably 24/7, to be honest. And so I'm feeling like I'm tending towards more normal right now, but I'm still not 100%. So I wanted to bring this to you because remember, if you watch my bipolar series, I talk about how initially when I started taking my medicine, it was making me so drowsy that I couldn't function. And so I told my psychiatrist that I wanted to take everything at night. And I've been taking all of my meds at night for 20 years, just about. So I'm thinking that the all medication at night isn't a good idea anymore. I think I can still take my Clonopine or Seroquel. Clonopine is the generic, and that's what I take. I believe I can still take that at night, all of that at night, but the lithium, I need to spread it out 3 times a day like it's prescribed. So today I took my 1 pill, and so I'll take another pill, and then I'll take the 3rd pill sometime at night, and we'll see how it goes. But I am a proponent of making sure that you communicate with your doctors how your medicine is making you feel. So that is why I'm coming. I mean, I've been on lithium for 20 years at this point, and I've not really had too many side effects, in my opinion, and they haven't been severe or extreme. And 20 years now, okay, I'm having an issue. So it's always important along this journey of taking care of your mental health and your physical health to communicate. Because even when you're taking blood pressure medicine, you may have issues, give you headaches, and just different little things can occur. So you want to make sure that you are communicating, because the doctors are there to help us. Okay? They're not here to just shove things down our throats. If we don't like what's going on, or we don't like the way that we feel, we should communicate. Never be afraid to communicate to your doctor what is going on. Now, in the beginning of my diagnosis, I was a little afraid to communicate because I felt like if I told them I was feeling a little weird, a little strange, they were going to put me back into a psychiatric hospital, and I didn't want to go back to a psychiatric hospital. It wasn't the most pleasant experience, of my life. But what I'm realizing is my doctor is not here to just say, I'm going to throw you back, in the hospital. My doctor is here to help me. And I've learned this over the 20 years of actually beginning to open up and to communicate and let them know how I really feel. So when I do have my session with her, I will let her know. And I'll let her know what happened, and I'll let her know how I changed taking my meds, because what I'm thinking is this is going to be the fix. And I'll do this over the next couple of days, and I'll see how I'm feeling. But I was feeling so bad that if you follow me on social media, you can follow me at DawnDares2Dream on Instagram or on Facebook. And I was putting in my story how I felt, okay? Because I just felt so off, and I wanted to talk about it. And then I actually made myself some homemade soup, because homemade food is the best. And I needed something to eat, but I was nauseous, so I did not want to have anything too heavy. So I made some soup, and I ate just about that whole pot of soup yesterday. It was just in a, one of those small sauce pots kind of deal. And literally I have 1 bowl of the soup left because I ate on it all day, because it was soup. So there's not much consistency to it. So I would eat a little bit, and then I would need to eat again in an hour. Eat a little bit, need to eat again in an hour. So I basically ate that soup all day, and it was so good. I think I'll finish that off for lunch today. I made some kind of tomato soup, and I put some black beans in it because I felt like I needed something with a little substance. And so it ended up being pretty good. It wasn't a recipe. It reminded me of sort of chili, but brothy kind of chili, because I needed it to be more brothy and not it to be thick. But that being said, my mother helped take care of me, gave me some tea. My son was just like, are you okay? They also laughed at me a lot because they're not used to seeing me off kilter. I am the rock of my family. And I don't really get sick that often. I'm telling you, I really don't get sick. I'm pretty, I think, healthy for the most part outside of my mental illness. I'm pretty healthy. So and I try to eat right and do things to stay healthy and work out and all that. But that being said, it was different for me to be off my feet. And to be honest, none of us in this house really get that sick. When my son was a baby, he did. But after, I think, like 5 or 6 years old, it stopped, which was great. My mother, she doesn't really, we're pretty healthy here. Thank God. You know what? I didn't realize that, but thank God. We're pretty healthy. So I'm just glad that I feel a lot better today, and I hope that this trend continues, and I'm able to talk to my psychiatrist and let her know what happened and what the fix was. And it may be time after 20 years of taking lithium to stop taking it all at once. Yeah, maybe my body can't handle that amount anymore because it has been 20 years, and there are side effects, to taking medication. So I just wanted to come and share that part of my bipolar journey, and just to remind you, make sure that you're communicating not just with your healthcare professionals, but also with your family and your friends, so that you can have the true support system that you need when you're going through any kind of transitional period. So I hope this has been an informative video for my dreamers, and have a great day, dreamers.